Hello everyone, this is Madan from Kaushal Vikas and welcome to the series of Cognitive RPA. I'm going to talk about robotic process automation and its value proposition. Before we get into and understand what is RPA as a concept, let's understand what is robots in manufacturing world. So as of today, in current situation in manufacturing worlds, all the machineries are being operated by the bots. Even though the machines are capable enough to perform all the activity, humans are operating those machines. But essentially, in order to expedite the production, in order to make the plants more competitive, and in order to increase the manufacturing output, the enterprise started adopting robots and start deploying robots into the enterprise world. And that's what happening into the manufacturing world. And one of the survey by the company, it says the future of US manufacturing lies in robots and human working together. That's what the survey is talking about. So that is what exactly happening into the software worlds. And software worlds, robots are taking over more and more jobs what humans are doing. Let's understand what is robotic process automation, because it is made of three different components. Let's understand what is automation. So automation is essentially nothing but the delegation of work from human to machine to reduce the cost, improve the efficiency, and enhance the customer experience. And this is what happening since the last generation, since decades. By definition, the process is a series of steps in order to take and to achieve an outcome. And if we club together the process and the automation, essentially it's a series of steps that is being delegated to computers or machines in order to reduce the cost, improve the efficiency, and enhance the customer experience. And if I show you what are the different process automation tools that exist into the market as of today, so primarily those are SAP, Oracle Financial, lot of ERP applications, the CRM, it could be Siebel, it could be Salesforce, the mainframe application, the custom solutions framework, it could be Java based, it could be .NET based, the data warehousing, the reporting, a lot of other applications that automate the reporting functions. ServiceNow, that is nothing but the incident management. This is not the only softwares or the process automation tools, but there are a lot of more. But now the fundamental question comes, even though this tool exists into the market, the millions and billions of dollars has been invested into automating all the processes, and all the processes are being automated, why the industry all of a sudden start adopting RPA and start prefixing a robot word before process automation? Let's try to understand. All right, so what are the challenges into the existing process automation? It's very clear. The ERP and the other software contributes 20% into the overall automation of the any organization. Rest 80% is being handled and contributed by the humans in terms of their intervention, in terms of their interacting with the systems, in terms of their copying, pasting, or in terms of their creating the data entry here and there. So the gaps into the existing process automation exist into many forms. One is the paper-based transaction, broken IT systems. The broken IT system essentially means that when the two systems are not talking to each other and it is broken due to the many reasons, either the APIs doesn't exist to facilitate the communication between two different systems, or maybe integration is pretty expensive. Complex legacy systems is, for example, the mainframe or the COBOL based systems that are pretty complex. Business exceptions that are pretty common into any business scenario where you go to finance, you go to HR, you go to supply chain management. This business exception occurs and it is being cleared by the business people. Last but not the least, 85% of data is unstructured data. And whenever unstructured data occurs, this required the human judgment. So these are the pretty much gap into any process automation that exists into the market, and that leads to data entry. Data entry eats the entire processes, and that's what humans are doing, hopping across the multiple systems. So if you take about any example of the processes, that is, for example, the employee onboarding, HR, employee offboarding, you talk about any finance processing, any process cut across the multiple systems, and humans are supporting all those systems. The third one is the verification and validation and comparison of the data. So entire verification validation happens by the humans, because humans are somebody is creating the data entry, so others are responsible and accountable to validate the accuracy of the data. That's what the humans are doing. Decision making, rules or judgmental. So being the human, we keep the judgments are being always taken by the humans. It could be rule based or it could be the judgmental. So in case of the simple processes, it's a rule based judgment. In case of unstructured data, that is called the human judgment. Last but not the least, the email reading and writing, that to and fro's into any process automation. So ladies and gentlemen, what I wanted to highlight, that these are the gaps into any process automation in the enterprise, and that is killing a lot of employee data, and that is actually limiting the enterprise to go beyond the digital transformation. So if let's talk about little bit about what happens when the enterprise is trying to scale. So when enterprise is trying to scale, when it's growing 2x, 3x, 5x down the line, 3 to 5 years, and if really we deploy the human workforce, these are the challenges. The cost will go very high. There would be an issue with respect to the quality. There would be a lot of delays, because when there is a human touch, there would be a lot of delays. It will hit the customer experience. Definitely customer experience matter a lot in this digital transformation. Regulatory and heavily compliance regulated industry, they care about the accuracy of the data. So this when human touch, when human driven processes, there would be a lot of compliance issue. Revenue loss, of course, if humans is small, a human mistakes will hit the revenue, and it will create a lot of leakage in the revenue. And last but not the least, train and retrain the people. We all are human worker, and when we leave the enterprise, we take away all the knowledges, and this creates a lot of training and retraining our employee, and that kills a lot of times, start from HR to the delivery. All right, so what are the alternate approach? As we know, the industry, we are entering into the emergent technology, and now technologies, with the advent of technology, it's becoming more and more cheaper, it's becoming more powerful. So we need to take a look fresh. And in today current situation, in 2020 era, the digital workforce and human workforce, that is the best model, and the collaboration of human workforce and digital workforce, that is called complete workforce, and that is where almost all the enterprise are looking for the digital workforce. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the era of digital workforce, the concept and the technologies that is building the digital workforce, that is capable enough what humans are doing. That technology is called RPA, that is nothing but the robotic process automation. So the concept is very simple, what the humans are doing. So concept is very simple. We can deploy a virtual workforce or a digital workforce, that is nothing but intelligent software that can take all the time consuming, repetitive, high volume, error prone tasks what humans are doing, and that it will automate. We can deploy into our server room. That will really help our operation people and business people to sleep better. So once we'll deploy the digital workforce, that will take over all the repetitive and time consuming work. Definitely it will work 24/7. It will not go on vacation. It will not ask for any sort of leaves or as well as appraisal. It will perform any activity very efficiently at the very lower cost what humans are doing as of today. At the same time, it will not compromise any data with respect to the security. With example, for example, here if you see the left side of the panel, what humans are interacting with the system and performing the activity, they are doing the activity supporting the business. And if you see the right side of the panel, that is entirely being eliminated, entirely being automated, and the entire digital workforce, the RPA bots are deployed, and it's taking care of the entire process. 100% of automation is possible using RPA. So now the fundamental question comes, what are the RPA bots capability? RPA bot has got almost all the capability what humans are doing on a computer. That it starts with dealing with Excel, the way human create the data into Excel, update the Excel, read the data into Excel, write everything, it can do it. It can navigate it can manipulate, and it can, you know, go across all the web-based related application, whether it's a Internet Explorer or it's a Chrome or any sort of web browser it supports, and it can create and manipulate the data on the web. Similar cases, Windows based application pretty much it can handle. It can handle the mainframe based application. It can handle any sort of application that what humans are doing, scraping the data from documents, copying, pasting, the Citrix automation, monitoring the desktop, monitoring any sort of data. Pretty much it can do what humans are doing as of today. All right, so there are a lot of RPA benefits with respect to the productivity. RPA bot works 24/7. With it works with the high accuracy, and that helps the employee to focus more and more on customers. So when RPA bot works for 24/7, this helps and improves the accuracy. This helps the employee to improve the productivity. It reduces the cost, at the same time it improves the cost efficiency. For example, the salary of the onshore employee is 100k US dollar, the salary of offshore employee is 45k US dollar, but the cost of bots is one third of the offshore employee. And at the same time it works very fast. It works 6 times faster than what humans do. So essentially it saves and improves the cost a lot. Operational efficiency, improvement. So with respect to the productivity and cost efficiency, that helps to improve the operational improvement a lot. But last but not the least, the time saving. With the faster implementation, I mean the entire implementation life cycle of RPA is 4 to 6 weeks. At the same time it helps to get the ROI within 4 to 6 months. That helps a lot of, you know, enterprise to save a lot of time. Okay, all right, so these are the RPA features. The primarily RPA features is totally presentation layer automation. So wherever human interact at presentation layer, human interact at the GUI level, GUI level, that's where the bots interact. This is one of the advantage, but this is one of the biggest advantage we'll cover into the later video. The second is the no coding automation. Essentially it doesn't require to code anything. It's all about designing your workflow, the way you design into MS Visio, the way you design into the PowerPoint. So essentially this doesn't require to write any kind of code. It's just about drag and drop and everything is done for you. Third thing is the non-intrusive automation. Essentially mean this doesn't require changes into any underlying systems. So entirely it acts at the presentation layer. The bot works at the GUI level. So hence that's the reason this doesn't require to changes in any underlying systems, and that gives the power to deploy the RPA solution in the production between 4 to 6 weeks. Alright, thank you very much for watching the video. Stay tuned, and lot of videos is coming on the way. Thanks for watching.